Today we are on the eve of the start of the Challenger Selection Series, the race for the Louis Vuitton Cup. It's very significant because this is the start of the competition that will select the best challenger that will go on to race for the America's Cup. And we're about to go into one of the most significant press conferences of that cycle, the Challenger Selection Press Conference, where teams and their skippers get put under pressure before the racing's even started. And this is the trophy they're going to be racing for, the Louis Vuitton Cup. The team that lifts this trophy will not only have a lovely trophy, but they will be the challengers for the 37th America's Cup. Of all the 6 teams represented on the stage, the only one that could speak with any certainty was Emirates Team New Zealand's Peter Burling. As defenders, they know that come what may, they will be in the America's Cup in October. For all the others, getting to that point is more complicated. To start with, and assuming we have no weather delays, by the 8th of September, the double round robin phase will be complete.
I mean, at the end of this double round robin, one of these teams is going home, so it's the level's going to get raised.
No one's taking anything for granted, and they're all happy to talk of how serious it's getting.
That's right, it's starting to get serious in a hurry, isn't it? And we're now racing for keeps.
But everyone is also keen to deflect attention from themselves. No one wants to be the favourite. Being candid is one way of achieving this.
I think we did a pretty good job of making ourselves look bad. And always in that situation, you're looking at what were the mistakes. Some of them, to be honest, were pretty simple, easily rectifiable mistakes. Others, not so much, but we certainly identified them, and we spent a lot of time either during the event itself and after racing rectifying those.
But there were some clues as to what the teams were thinking. That and a bit of mind games too. And if you want to know what a team thinks, often the best way to get an answer is to ask their competitor. American Magic's Tom Slingsby gave a few hints as to what they thought about the others.
Everyone's you haven't really seen everyone's cards yet, but yeah, I mean, you would say that Team New Zealand in the flat water southwesterlies looks extremely quick. They seem extremely manoeuvrable. Maybe lighter conditions, they've got a bit of an edge. Luna Rossa looked very good on Sunday. I thought they looked very fast. They look good in all conditions. I think, yeah, we felt pretty comfortable in those conditions on Sunday with a bit bigger waves. So, yeah, I'm not sure yet. We're all sort of just trying to figure out everyone's strengths and weaknesses.
Jimmy Spithill has been talking of reliability for a week or so.
I think the whole fleet has had a reliability problem at some point, you know, either through the preliminary regatta or even some of those kind of media practice days. So it's on everyone's minds, but you have to understand, I mean, these boats are literally on the edge. Like, we push these things very, very far, and they're incredible machines. So it comes part and parcel with the very edge of technology and pushing things hard.
So what of the defenders? Is their involvement in the round robin stages enough to let them check in with what they'll be up against in the Cup? And is this a risk for the challengers?
You know, we're racing for survival here, and Team New Zealand isn't. They get quite a massive advantage, actually, by doing this. So, yeah, there's a lot of risk for the challengers. At the same time, you get to race the benchmark team in the America's Cup. So it does go both ways, but, yeah, for all the challengers, there is some risk there.
Tom Slingsby seemed to want to play down the technical progress that they've been making with their boat.
For us, our physical development time is over. We don't have new parts coming on the boat, really. We can improve as a team through our skill set and our ability to sail the boat. But other than Team New Zealand, who have a month and a half until they start racing, they can still bring on new components. They can make modifications, which take time. They've got that ability, especially after seeing us all sail, which is quite a nice thing to have, but we don't have that. We've got to be ready for tomorrow, and our time is now.
Meanwhile, Arno Sarafagis was hopeful that their modifications would work.
Yeah, I hope we're going to feel the difference that we made on the boat. I will not go in details, but I'm sure everyone that is looking closely to all the boat will be able to notice them.
And Pete Burling was playing things down too.
Yeah, looking forward to racing this round, but then also becoming a spectator for the next two.
But when Tom Slingsby lobbed in the suggestions that the Kiwis might have a weak area, Burling seemed to hint at one aspect that they may feel more vulnerable with.
I think like everyone, we're just trying to learn our boat. We haven't been here very long yet, and probably like Quintan said, it's actually the first time we've sailed it in that breeze direction.
Which, when compared to some of the challenges, is true. But for one team in particular, the goals were more straightforward.
It's a big challenge and the ambition is quite high. We are not there just to participate, we are pushing every day and we just want to win races.
But here's something else to think about. Under the rules, teams have to declare their boat setup 120 hours before the scheduled start of the first race of the AC75 event stage. In this case, that means teams had to declare their kit on Saturday, before the last event had finished. That was also the day before the conditions got a bit more fruity. If the teams learned as much about their performance in the sea state as we seem to do just watching them, I wonder how many are wishing they could have changed something after Sunday's racing, but now can't. Just a thought. So, racing starts tomorrow at 2 o'clock local. The breeze looks light and from the southeast, starting at 9 knots for the start and then dropping to around 7 in the afternoon. But unlike the last day of the preliminary regatta, the sea state looks fairly flat. Beyond that, it's anybody's guess. But whatever the view, the tension is now rising as the Challenger selection trials get underway for real. See you tomorrow.